All right, let's talk about getting what you really want from your business. Today, we're breaking down a powerful framework designed to do just that, the Entrepreneurial Operating System, or what everyone calls EOS.
But first, let me ask you something, and be honest. Does it ever feel like your business is in the driver's seat and you're just along for the ride? Like it's controlling you? If you just nodded, even a little bit, then stick around. You are definitely not alone, and this is for you. You see, it turns out that most entrepreneurs, no matter what industry they're in, run into the same brick walls. The EOS model actually starts by putting a name to these universal frustrations.
Any of these sound familiar? That nagging feeling that you have no control, frustrations with people, whether it's employees, clients, or partners. Not having enough profit to show for all your hard work. Hitting a ceiling where you just can't seem to grow any further. And maybe the worst one, that feeling that no matter what you try, nothing seems to stick.
Okay, so what's the solution? Well, what if there was a system, a proven way to tackle all of these issues at once? That's exactly what EOS is. It's not some magic wand, but it is a complete, holistic model for getting a real grip on your business. And here's the big aha moment of the whole thing. The core belief of EOS is that every single one of those frustrations, every problem you have, can be traced back to a weakness in one of just 6 key components of your business. Strengthen those 6 areas, and the problems, they just start to go away. So let's get into them. The first 3 components are what we can call the foundation. If you get these right, you create a business that's built on incredible clarity and transparency. First up is vision. And listen, this is way more than just some fancy mission statement you hang on the wall. This is about getting every single person in your organization, and I mean everyone, 100% on the same page about where you're going and exactly how you plan to get there. And the tool to make that happen is called the Vision/Traction Organizer, or VTO. It's a game changer. It simplifies your entire strategic plan by having you answer just 8 simple but powerful questions about your business, your values, your focus, your goals.
Okay, next is people. Because let's be real, you can have the most brilliant vision in the world, but it's totally useless without great people to make it happen. This is all about making sure you have the right people in every single role.
Now, EOS makes a really crucial distinction here. Right people and right seats. Right people are the folks who genuinely share your company's core values. They just fit. Right seats means they're in a role that they're great at and where they're truly accountable. You have to have both. It's non-negotiable. And the third part of our foundation is data. This is all about cutting through the noise, all the feelings, opinions, and egos, and running your business on a handful of objective numbers. It takes all the guesswork out of the equation. The main tool here is the scorecard. Think of it as a weekly snapshot of maybe 5 to 15 numbers that give you an absolute pulse on the business. And this isn't about looking in the rearview mirror like a financial statement. This is a forward-looking tool that helps you spot problems and opportunities before they become big issues. So once you get that foundation really solid, everyone's clear on the vision, you've got the right people in the right seats, and you're managing by the numbers, something really cool starts to happen. All of the issues, all the obstacles, they have nowhere left to hide. They get smoked out into the open. And that leads us perfectly into the next 3 components, which are really the engine of the business. This is where we turn all that clarity into execution and, actual results. So first up is the issues component. This is about becoming an organization that is absolutely world-class at solving its problems. Not just patching them up, not talking them to death, but identifying the real root cause and making them go away for good. And the tool for this is so simple, it's brilliant. It's called IDS. First, you identify the real issue, not the symptom. Then you discuss it, letting everyone weigh in openly and honestly. And finally, you solve it with a clear action plan so that same problem never, ever comes back. Next, we've got process. Now, this is the secret sauce for making your business more consistent, manageable, and scalable. It's all about identifying and documenting the handful of core processes that really define your way of doing business. And there are 2 disciplines here. First, document your processes. Use the 20-80 rule. Just focus on the 20% of processes that give you 80% of your results. Then, and this is crucial, get them followed by all, or FBA. When everyone runs on the same playbook, you get consistency and things just work. And that brings us to the 6th and final component, traction. This, my friends, is where the rubber meets the road.
Vision is great, but traction is what makes it happen. It's all about execution, pure and simple, instilling discipline and accountability throughout the company.
I absolutely love this quote because it just says it all, right? Vision without traction is hallucination. You can have the best ideas in the world, but if you can't execute, they're just daydreams. Traction is what makes your vision real. So how do you get it? Two main tools. First, you set rocks. These are the 3 to 7 most important priorities for the entire company for the next 90 days. That's it. This creates incredible focus. Second, you establish a meeting pulse, a steady rhythm of super productive weekly meetings to keep everyone in sync and accountable. So, when you put it all together, what's the big payoff? Well, when you start strengthening all 6 of these key components, you build this incredibly healthy, functional, and cohesive organization where things just click. And let's end with a final thought from Gino Wickman, the guy who created EOS. He says that the more you focus on strengthening these 6 components, the more everything else just falls into place. And that focus is what will move your business into the top 5% of companies out there.
So, I'll leave you with a question to chew on. As you think about your own business and those 6 key components, vision, people, data, issues, process, and traction, how strong are you really? And where do you need to start? Thanks so much for diving into this with me.